Okay, this is Chapter 7 class, and I discussed that I would be building some videos. Here is 7.1. Okay. Okay, so that's a bond, $1,000, 8%, 10 years. Present value is negative 935.82. Inputs are 10, 9%, payment $80, future 1,000. Okay, so I'm just going to flip each of these problems in front of the screen for a couple of minutes, and you can just check and make sure you've got them correct. So again, 7.1, that's the setup. Yield in the market, 9%, and the inputs. Problem 7.2. Okay, that's your setup. Okay, one more time. Okay. Okay, 7.3. Semi-annual bond. What we're looking for the bond price. Okay. The market prevailing rate, 8.5. Okay, one more time. Again, 7.3. That's a picture of the bond. We're looking for the bond price. The yield, the market prevailing rate is 8.5. So you're set up. Okay, remember semi-annual, so you have to split the interest and double the periods. PV 1028.60. Seven four. Okay, that's your basic setup. It's callable at the 5th year at 1,050. So do the yield to maturity, then do the yield to call. Yield to maturity is here. 6.61, okay, and the yield to call, $6.64. That present value is negative 1,100, negative 1,100. Okay, again, problem 7.4, that's your basic setup. How to diagram it. Callable at 10.50 at the 5th year. It's selling for 1,100. Okay, we're looking for yield to maturity and then yield to call. Yield to call. Okay. You'll be glad to know I changed to white paper. It'll be much easier to read. So, a little experimentation. Okay, so 7.5. Okay, we have a short bond and a long bond. Basically, one has a short maturity and one has a long maturity. Okay, so jot those down. Okay, and we're looking for the price at various yields. Okay, at 5, 8, and 12%. Okay, so the present value is those three listed below each bond. And basically, doubling the rate doesn't really matter for the short bond because it doesn't have time to, compound. So again, 7.5, bond S short, bond L long. Okay, that's the setup. We're looking at the price at 3 points, 5, 8, and 12%. Okay. Okay. Seven, 8. Okay. It's annual, 1,020 years. Okay. It's, if you diagram the call feature, okay, it's callable at the 6th year at 1090. The PV is actually 1,000. That's par value. Okay, at par. And we are looking for the yield to call. And there you have it. Okay, again, 7, 8 setup. Okay, here. That's the diagram for the call component. And okay. Yield to call is 15.03. Okay, 7.9. 7.9, okay. So that's your setup. we are looking at the yield at two different prices, 8.29 and 11.04. Okay, one yield is 14.98, the other is 6%. Okay. Then we're asking if the yield happened to be 12%. Okay. What would the price be at 12%? Okay, so we set that up here. 12%, that's your market prevailing rate. Okay, set that up. Okay, come out PV, the present value is 908. And would you buy it? Yes, because 908 is greater than 828. Okay, so you're going to pay $829 for something that's actually worth $908. So yes. Okay, again, 7.9. Okay, setup, part A, the top. Okay. Okay, then, okay, what if we sell and what's the price selling and earning 12% yield to maturity? Okay, that PV would be 908. Okay, so we plug that in. Okay, we use 12% and we come up with PV is 908. Okay. Okay. Part 10 is a two-part. Part A. Okay, so that is 710. So I just made up year 2000, 2001 to say that this is today and 1 year later. That's all. So you could have used any year. So it's 10 years and now it's a 9-year, okay, maturity. Okay, sells at par. This sells at 901.40. And what is the yield to maturity? Okay, and the answer, 9.69. Okay, N is 9. PV is negative 901.4. Payment 80. Future 1,000. Okay, so again, 710. That's your setup. I just use kind of, arbitrary numbers, year 2000 and 2001 to indicate today and 1 year later. But again, you could have used any year. This is selling at par. This is selling at 901. Okay. If we use 901, the yield to maturity is 9.69. Okay, that's part A. Part B is looking for, it's part B, looking for the current yield. Okay, like in class, current yield is the payment amount, the dollar amount, okay, over the current price. Okay, CY is current yield equals 80 over 901.4. 80 was 8% of 1,000 in part A. Okay, so that's 80 over the current price was 901. So the current yield is 8.875. Okay, again, 710 part B. Okay, the last problem, 711. Okay. Again, we're looking at a bond last year, a 10-year bond, and now today, 1 year later, so that's 9 years. Okay, so that's your setup last year, today. Okay, all that's the same except the maturity year. Okay, slide over. Okay, so we want to find the yield to maturity for that. Okay, and that's that. Okay, remember it's semi-annual, so we need to double the periods and divide by the interest. And split the payment. Okay. Now, it's a call, has a call feature. Okay, that comes in at the 4th year. The call amount is $10.60, so now we can work the yield to call. Okay, that's it. Thanks, guys.